showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. Woo! It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the AFC East Shakedown on the Mafia Sports Report Network. I'm your host, Tommy, and joining me today is Mr. Juan. There is no Trevor. There is no Cat and D. And there is no question mark. It's just me and Juan.
The question mark's always here. What are you talking about?
You're right. He's just invisible. He don't say much, but you're right. He is. He stays in the corner. He shuts his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have much to say. But I got good old Juan here. Juan always pretty much 95.7% of the time shows up.
Yeah, when I'm not dying to COVID. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. 95.7% of the time, my man is always here. Trevor, too, for the most part. But Trevor is a manager at a gym. I had no idea. And today they called him in. So that's why I know Trevor, which, is understandable. Captain D, he's off doing girlfriend things. You know how that goes, guys.
Oh, damn, I like that. Damn.
I don't know how it goes, but
damn, hey, man, this business all out there.
Listen, man, it's called Love Land. When you're in Love Land, guys, nothing else matters but the Love Land, right? Everything's in that Love Land. Football and sports. Friends are get out of here. Well, I'm in Love Land right now.
Not to me. That's probably why I'm single.
Hey, amen to that. And that's why I'm single too. And I will remain single for quite a bit. All right, so let's get to the business that is of week 12 of the AFC. And two games are already over with, and that's both of us. And I guess we'll start with the Bills. Let's start with the Bills.
Yeah,
first.
I think
why not?
Yes,
because I know Juan, man. I could feel the madness on Thanksgiving from Juan. I just felt. And by the way, I see you on my Facebook, so I know you were drinking a little bit, and I know.
Yes, I was.
Emotions were running high, so we'll get to that. So Bills versus Lions, close game, 28-25. I'll start with you, and then I'll go. Go ahead. What'd you feel about that game? Did you watch that
was
game?
A really entertaining game. I'll shout out NFL for this year. It delivered for the most part. The Cowboys game was a little because it was over after halftime. But all three games, for the most part, delivered. So thank the NFL for finally giving us a good slate of football on Thanksgiving. I felt like it's been maybe 10 years or something like that since we actually had a good slate of football. So it was really, really enjoyable. Yeah, that first game was definitely enjoyable to watch. It wasn't very fun watching Jared Goff, though, but it was good watching everything else. What I enjoyed most of that game is more on the Lions slate, in which their adjustments came up on the second half defensively, which I didn't think they could do. I didn't think they actually had the capabilities of messing around with the defense and actually keeping Josh Allen within the pocket, knowing that his elbow is messed up. I was waiting for that to finally be adjusted for in the first half, but they did it in the second half and bottled him up, make him not use his legs, which he was killing them with very badly in the first half. But lucky for you guys, like I said, Jared Goff is the thing, and you had bad Goff. So I counted, he missed six throws that could have put y'all in a serious hole, especially that last one to DJ Chark late in the fourth quarter. He was fucking miserable. And because of that, you guys came out with that win. You guys beat up all over. You guys unfortunately lost Von Miller for X amount of time. We don't know how long. It shouldn't be season ending, I think, but that's fucking huge that you lost him.
Yeah. Well, what's new, Juan? We're losing.
Yeah, it is what's new. Your whole defense is on the hospital.
Offense, defense. We're just it's not good for us.
Yeah. So that's the biggest reason, though, is why you had the close game in the first place, because your defense is not there. So it makes it harder for you guys. But Detroit, man, they really, outside of Jared Goff, played one hell of a game at home, and they tough at home. I'm
We
dead.
should rename it the Bills Patriots chat, right? It's the Bills Patriots shakedown. Arr. Yeah,
That's kind of how it is this season. Yeah.
yeah, that's how it's been, man. I'm sorry, guys. Listen. I tried. We tried. I mean, we all tried to like make this thing happen. It's still happening. We're still going to sit here and talk AFC East, but I will say this though. I will say this, and we'll keep talking about this game. But it's tough, guys, to like find people that have the same schedule, right? Like 4 people have the same schedule, right? And they don't have families going, they have things going. Like it's not. It's hard. It's not easy,
Yeah,
guys.
if you're not a content creator, you guys don't know how hard it is to find people to collab with you. You would think it'll be easy. It's not.
It's not, man.
People kind of have these things. Not like nobody has it here, like not Captain D or nothing.
Right.
A lot of people have hidden egos that you think you wouldn't know about, but they kind of do and think they're better than you, and it's hard to get them in the show.
Right.
Whether they have 1 subscriber or 100K subscribers. And what's funny is, in my experiences, it's easier to get the 100K subscriber than it is the 1 subscriber. Which makes no damn sense.
I thought it would be the opposite. Guys, I swear to God, I tried my ass off for the Jets. Now the Dolphins, obviously, Captain D went through some stuff, so I can give him the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, the hurricane, and then now he's in Loveland. So Loveland takes, Loveland is like a hurricane. I mean, it really is. So it's worse than a hurricane. So it is what it is. What it is. I've got, and me and Juan have the, we're single, so for the most part, we make our own schedule. We're cool. We got no ties. So that's why we're here. But hey, man, shit happens. I missed the show, I'm sure, once or whatever, So, hey, listen, guys, next season, I hope to find a new Jets guy. That is a toss-up. And, we'll see where Captain D's at next season. But this season, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's probably going to be this way the rest of the season. Yeah. Captain D here and there. You know what I mean? Well, Trevor Juan usually always are here, so that's and I'm usually always here. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Jets and Captain D, it is what it is. I'm sorry, I try, but it ain't. I'm married. I'm always here. But you know what, Scott? You probably, I'm just saying every guy's a little different.
I feel like if you're married, it's different though. Like if you just started dating, all you want is each other. When you're married, you're like, I probably want to get away from her, so I got
right. And she probably likes. And right. She's cool with you getting away from him.
And vice versa. Exactly. Vice versa too.
Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna Chewy, welcome to the show, brother. And we're gonna get into all that in a minute. Scott was asking about why it's just the Patriots and Bills chat. And I was just telling him it is what it is, man. It's hard to get everybody together. But I will say this too: if you go look at other content pages or whatever, there's not a lot of what I do, like as far as like what me and Trevor and Juan do, like trying to get a different set of content creators all on one show on a weekly basis every Saturday. Like it's easier said than done, man. Trust me. 100%. So anyways, anything else on the Lions Bills game?
What was I gonna say? I had an idea and I forgot. Oh, and Stephon Diggs taking over the full quarter is pretty nice too. Very similar to what happened, 2 weeks before with Josh Jefferson, but Stephon Diggs is a fucking monster. Yeah, y'all traded him for a reason. But no, it's a win that y'all needed because Miami has a cakewalk schedule, I think, for the most part, for the rest of the season. So you guys got to get your wins up. So this win you needed, I think. I haven't looked at it.
So no, they actually have a tougher schedule.
Oh, is it tough? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and I mean, I'm not saying it's like, it's not like brutal, but it ain't easy. So I do want to. So since you said that, let's after this Houston game. They're on the road like they're on the road like a mofo. So let me tell you, I think they got 3 straight. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on. I think they got 3 straight road games. So
it might be our houses. Maybe
so
back.
Yeah. So here's the schedule. So Miami has we know Houston, okay, at Miami. Then they go Miami at San Francisco. Tough game. Miami at the Chargers. Tough game because now Chargers are getting everybody healthy.
We'll see. I don't like Chargers. We'll see.
I still, but that's not a cakewalk. And you got to remember the Dolphins defense has not been playing good.
That's true. That's a good point.
Right? So, and they're in LA. Green Bay at Miami. Listen, it could go either way. You never know. Green Bay is a weird team. Miami at New England. You guys, come on now. Your defense is still playing good. And then obviously Buffalo, right? They come to Buffalo. And then they got the Jets at Miami. I think that schedule, that's not brutal, but that ain't easy. They're on the road. They're on the road.
That's harder than mine.
Yeah.
I can argue that.
And I meant 3 straight games on the road because they play us. It just and didn't say it there. So it's what did I say there? The 49ers, the Chargers, and then Buffalo. That's tough.
No, that's tough. No, that's harder than my schedule. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so it ain't easy.
My bad. I'll take that back.
Yeah, because I thought that too. I'm like, damn, what's their schedule look like? I'm like, oh man, okay. Let's get to some comments right here. Spin. I've seen one where they're like,
we've done that before,
or like 4 to 5 teams
last summer. I think we did that.
Yep. Okay. So, anything else on the Bills Lions?
No, I took care of business.
Okay. So I don't know if you took care of business, but we got the dub. We got the dub. Right. That's the most important thing out of everything. However, obviously, we have stalled on offense somewhere, somehow, some way. We find ourselves like really, especially in the red zone. But listen, there's a lot going on, right? So Josh Allen, listen, he is a fucked up. That injury to his elbow, his throwing elbow. It's going to be lingering all season. It's a pain thing. Like he's just going to have to go through it. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, like that shit hurts. Like I'm sure it's limiting him to some capacity on his throws, right? I forget who was saying it. Romo the week before Sunday against Cleveland was mentioning it the whole game pretty much. And I said that last week. I'm like, yo, he's going to play. But I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah, it's going to be one of those things. So, I thought the running game's getting going better. I think Diamond Singletary had, let's see here. He had, I believe, 13 carries. He had 14 carries. I said 15. Give him 15 minimum. Very close. I thought they still went away from him towards the second half, but they did get him going on not the last drive to win, but the previous drive. He had some good runs there. So, which, man, like, he needs to start dialing up a little bit more because I think they gotta really protect Allen's arm a little bit heading into the playoffs. So let's try to get it a little bit more balanced. The receivers are starting to become a problem, except for Stephon Diggs, right? So there is nobody help. Thank God, by the way, the one guy I pretty much have been saying, man, he is not like the slot guy, and I still believe that. But McKenzie had a very good first half.
He did.
He was the only guy that was getting open for Allen. And thank God, because he was the one touchdown. So, except for Allen running in, but he was the one lone receiving touchdown. He was the only one making plays. But other than that, it's like, man, where's Gabe Davis been? I mean, it's super quiet. He's starting to become like just nobody on the. I don't understand. He's just quiet. Stephon Diggs, not a Stephon Diggs kind of game, but he came up clutch when needed. Right. And that's what counts the most. So did Josh Allen. Our defense, obviously, we know Von Miller, and thank God it's not an ACL, but weren't free yet because
it's a partial tear somewhere.
And it hasn't been ruled yet. So let's just hope to God it's just a couple weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, and he's back for a playoff run. Ed Oliver, beast mode in that game, by the way. Strip fumble, recovered a fumble, sacked for safety. He's just, I'm telling you guys, he is the real deal. Missing Edmonds is really showing, that how good Edmonds is on this team. Like he's damn good. I don't think they use him right. Like I want to see him more of like the Parsons role. He's so gifted, guys. I just feel like Frazier, we're not using him right, but it is what it is. He's still, when he's out there, he makes plays. He's a tackling machine. And listen, quarterbacks don't like to throw his way, like in the middle. Like he's a tall guy. He shadows. He can get to the running back. He can get to the slant passes. He cover tight ends out the backfield. Like he's a beast, and he's missed. Like a lot of these guys are missed on our team. By the way, Benford is on IR. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like Rhodes got signed. So he's on the active roster, guys. We signed John Brown today, by the way, Juan. Now, listen, here's the deal. He has no catches. He has no catches since leaving us. 0. He's been on 4 or 5 teams. So nothing. He's done nothing since he's left.
I haven't
But I
heard
will
that
say,
name in years.
yeah,
John Brown.
smoke. But I will say this. Since he hasn't been really clearly he's in football shape, or they wanted to give him an opportunity to go on a practice squad. But what does he have left in his tank? I don't know. But I will say this: when he played in Buffalo, he was good, and him and Josh Allen had a good connection. Meaning, it's not like this is a guy who never played with Josh Allen before. No chemistry. Josh Allen's missing a security blanket, right? And his security blanket was who? Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley's gone, right? Obviously, retired. And he just doesn't have that. Crowder was probably going to be that guy. Crowder gone, right? Broke his ankle. And McKenzie's just not that guy, right? He'll have the games like he had Thursday, but then he'll go quiet for the next 3 games, right? He won't do that. Like he did that last year against New England. Monster game, right? And then he just 3 games, nothing. Allen needs a security blanket. He doesn't have it. When plays break down, who are you going to go to real quick? And usually it was Beasley. Maybe Brown, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, guys, but maybe Brown comes in and he has a little in the tank and can provide that if they don't get OBJ. By the way, if you guys want the OBJ update, he is visiting Buffalo. He's also visiting the Giants. He's also visiting the Cowboys. The chances are, I'm going to tell you, the chances are super slim.
That dude is living life, bro. He's
Yeah,
flirting with so many people.
He's loving it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm not saying 100% it's not. I have a weird feeling he's going to get like a 2 or 3 year deal, and I just don't think that Bean and our team has the money to, and I don't think they would give him that anyways. And that's probably why they went out and got John Brown. I'm going to be dead honest with you guys, man. I mean, why go ahead and get a receiver now if you think you're going to go OBJ or have any, if you really believe it. But I'm not saying it won't happen. We'll see, guys. We'll see. But anyways, either way, it was a win. It made my Thanksgiving, boy. I got to go eat my Golden Corral. Happy. By the way, Golden Corral full of Bills Mafia in Detroit. It's like they just left the game and just I was like, and it was so funny, one. Like, I didn't want to be the asshole. I'm like, go Bills and fucking Golden Corral. So every time I see like a Bills fan, I would just nod. They nod back. It was like we didn't want to be that, you could tell everybody was being cool about it, but we knew. And there was Lions fans in there. Lions fans super nice, by the way. They had so much going on, and nothing bad to say about the Lions. Nothing. I thought the Lions they fought their asses off. I think they're better than their record, obviously. I think they're fighting for their coach. I like their coach. You know what I mean? I think they need to get a quarterback, but they know that. Yeah, they know that, though. I don't think that's any surprise. Let's go through real quick. Bill should have at least gave but it is what it is, man. You put a guy in practice squad, they can get picked up, and he got picked up. Brown is not a slot. I know. I didn't say he's a slot spin. I said a security blanket. I never said slot. Slot we have to figure out, hopefully Elam, Edmonds, Morrison, Rousseau back. Yeah. So also I didn't even mention Rousseau, Juan. So no Rousseau either because he's dealing with a high ankle sprain. So man, so you lose Von Miller. You had no Rousseau in that game. No Edmonds. Jordan Poyer's playing hurt, which is like Allen, pretty much. Christian Benford goes out. Trey White was on basically a preseason one quarter. He played two possessions. He didn't play much. 2 series. Yeah, Trey White played 2 series first quarter. But it was more just knocking the rust off, which I was fine with. You're going to see him a little bit more against the Patriots. I don't think the whole game, but he will be there. Elam obviously dealing with some stuff, but he's in there. And Dane Jackson is just getting destroyed. I thought Dane Jackson would be better this season. He is just they are really abusing him. 15 snaps. Yeah, that sounds about right. It was the first quarter. He was gone by the first quarter, which is cool. Like I said, I had no problem with that. No problem with knocking around. Listen, guy hasn't really practiced at all, really, except for just, trying to get back to football shape. And you can't just throw him in there full game. You have to kind of ease him in there. That's what preseason's for. He didn't have one. So, Spin, isn't OBJ visiting? Yes, he is. I don't know about December. I think it's this week. I could be wrong. Maybe so. Maybe next week in December. I'm not sure, but it's going to be Dallas, Giants, and Bills. That's the order or something like that. So either way, we'll see, man. I just want to get your hopes up. You know what I mean? Like just we'll wait. It's a wait and see, man. And I'm more concerned right now about Von Miller. I mean, that's a huge loss, guys. It's a big pay. It's big money too. We're talking for a player that's not going to be there, man. But we'll see. I think he will. I think we get lucky. I think you know what happens with Juan. I think what's going to be, I think they said something about that they can like trim off or something like that. So like do like that. And he probably will play with a little pain like Allen for the rest of the season until he does maybe a full surgery in the off season or something like that to repair whatever needs to be repaired. So he's 100% next season, but I could see that happening. And by the way, the carted off the field thing wasn't as bad as we thought. The only reason they did that, they said something about like, it was just like, I guess where the exit was too far or something crazy like that. They just didn't want him walking. So it wasn't like, oh my God, he's carted off the field. Like it wasn't that he walked off the field initially. So either way, we'll see. Just keep your fingers crossed. And yeah. So let's get to, oh wait, got a question here from Juan. Who scares you the most that plays on the Bills? That's a good question.
Want me to answer that now? Because we're going to talk about the game. So
yeah, I guess you're right. Chewy, yeah, let's hold off. Stick around, Chewy. By the way, guys, this won't be a long show because there just isn't a lot of people here tonight, and we got through 2 games real quick. Which we're about to get another game. You can walk on. Yes, I know that. I didn't say you can't walk an ACL tear. I just said it wasn't at like the cart. A lot of people took the cart thing like, oh my God, like So that's all I'm saying. It wasn't, he wasn't like in enormous amount of pain where he needed a cart. They did it so he didn't have to walk so far. Also, I was shocked Brown never showed up in LA. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see with Brown. Spin loves to correct me, but it's not really correcting me, I guess. Either way, let's get to the Patriots and Vikings game. Man, Juan, I know you and Trevor had what to drink? I know he was drinking on Henny or something like that.
I saw that's what he always drinks.
Hennessy, and you had something. What'd you have?
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
Whiskey.
Nice. Now, were you guys watching together or no? You guys don't watch games?
No, we usually do. For this Thanksgiving, he didn't. He was too lazy to come over, so he didn't.
Too lazy. I know.
And look what happened.
Look what happened.
I'm gonna see him. He's gonna still come over because we're gonna have a get together in a few hours. I'm gonna make fun of him the entire night. It's his fault we lost. I told him.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if I also told you Xavier Rhodes is signed signed off the practice squad. Okay, sorry. So he is now taking, I guess, over Benford's role. Anyways, okay, so let's get to this Patriots Vikings game in Minnesota, 33-26. It was close for a little while. And then you kind of just let things get a little out of control. Minnesota, I kind of felt like Minnesota towards that fourth quarter, you could see the air was being let out on your side. Like you could tell like frustrations were starting to build up with Mac Jones. Like that's how I saw it. And I just felt like Minnesota they started building momentum, and New England just didn't have any answer towards the end there. But go ahead. It's your team. I want to hear from you.
Are you finished? You got more to say. Say it now.
Mac Jones actually had a decent game. I didn't get to watch the whole game.
Very good. This is his best game of the season, actually. That is not saying much, but
exactly. So he did. So now he did.
No, he did. I'll get to that. I know.
He did make some questionable, throws. But either way, you are right. This was definitely his best game. Maybe, I don't know, since he's been a quarterback, but close to it. I mean, close to 400 yards. It's very impressive. He actually has averaged 9.8. That's probably probably one of his highest because he doesn't really throw that deep. 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. I mean, quarterback rating 119. That's really good. The only thing I didn't like was your rushing. Didn't really involve Stevenson much. 7 rushes. That's not enough for him, in my opinion. Your receivers, I thought, man, look at that. He
spread the ball around.
He spread the ball around a lot. I told you about Hunter Henry. Did he get a touchdown, by the way, in this game?
He should have had multiple, but we'll talk about that.
So I did call that, right? I did say Hunter Henry and him have a little bit of a connection there dating back from last season. And you
Yeah, it
should be
only took
using
3
him
months
more.
to finally happen, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And I felt like your defense, for the most part, up until later in the game, was doing good. I thought, listen, Minnesota, Kirk Cousins is one of those guys, like, he has a bad game and then he has a pretty good game. Like, he doesn't really have in the middle. Like, and he has one of the best receivers in the game, man, who could just go up and 50-50 ball. He's going to more likely come down with it. You know what I mean? I mean,
about that.
it's not even 50-50.
Definitely.
It's right. Like, when it comes to him, it's like 90-10, right? He's going to get it. Like, and he's just a beast, man. He's a top 5 receiver. And, Kirk Cousins, really, to be honest with you, he's lucky he has that dude, because when I don't see where else he goes to that a guy like that could just go up and get the ball, especially on a poorly thrown ball. Some of these passes are not the greatest passes. If if it wasn't Jefferson, they either be intercepted or knocked down, or so. You got to give him credit. Jefferson is just a dog like that. And their defense, I'm not. Minnesota's defense is giving up almost 400 yards passing to Mac Jones. I mean, that's not good on Minnesota's part. That is not good. If anything, that I thought it would be I thought the Patriots would be running a lot more in this game. And maybe make it kill the clock, kind of maintain, keep Minnesota off the field. And maybe, I know Mac played well, but maybe you should have went that route, because you want to keep a guy like Jefferson off, right? The field, that kind of team off. Maybe you should have played that ground and pound, kill the clock, ugly type of game. But it was a different game plan. I mean, but you guys almost pulled it out. It just felt like Minnesota, somewhere in that fourth quarter, they got a little bit, they just started feeling it, and you could just kind of tell the air was being let out of the balloon on your end. But go ahead, your turn. Go for it, brother.
You're probably all going to think that I'm going to cry and whine about the touchdown that we should have had. The same touchdown type that changed the rules because people were too retarded to understand what a catch was, because that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in 2017. Well, the catch that Under Henry had was very similar to the Jesse James one that blew up the world and changed the catch rule. So that should have been a touchdown. Yes, whatever. And you're going to sit there and think that I'm going to bitch and moan about this for the next 10 minutes. I'm not. Believe it or not. I already said it should have been a catch. Most everybody knows it should have been a catch. It is what it is. Whatever. Here's the deal. I have some notes here to read, and it's going to explain why things happened the way they did. Okay?
Juan's serious if he got notes, guys. I don't know if he's ever had notes, but let's see.
Overall, in the game, the Patriots went 3 for 10 on third down and a fourth down conversion fail, which was the end of the game. So who cares? I mean, they were in like their own 10 because Mac Jones likes to take sacks. So it is what it is. While the Vikings went 8 for 15 on third down throughout the game. No bueno at any side of the ball. That's disgusting. The Patriots went 6 penalties for 55 yards, while the Vikings only had 3 penalties on the game. Those penalties, 655 is not the worst, but if you remember some of those penalties, they were costly, and we'll go over that in a minute. Minnesota had 36 minutes-ish of time of possession. So they tried the running the football and keeping the clock on their side route, the part that we should have done, like you said. There you go. The fact that they allowed 26 should have been 30 points in 23 minutes proves your point exactly, Tommy. That defense isn't all that to allow more points than we had time of possession. Anyway, that kick return was the turnaround of the game.
Yes,
because the Patriots took the lead, and then literally 2 seconds passed, and then it tied.
Just like that.
What changed the entire game. That was about 10 minutes left in the third quarter, so there was plenty of game left. But allowing that on New England special teams at that, even though I will say I will be a homer for this part, they were kind of holding Kyle Duggar while he passed by, but it is what it is. Whatever. But there's 10 other guys that could have made a tackle and they didn't. So it is what it is. New England had 3 punts. They only punted 3 times. Both teams only punted 3 times in this game. 2 out of the 3 punts, both were under 40 yards for New England. A 36-yard punt which gave Minnesota the ball at their 43-yard line and a 31-yard punt when New England was at their 30s, whatever, and gave the ball at Minnesota's 35. 2 disgusting punts. So the punt woes continue for a team that's supposed to be a defensive team. No.
And a special team. I know they kept saying in the game, I forget who was announcing, but he was like, Belichick is a special teams guy. He's gonna be mad about
a bad thing this game. Bad. This punter was a punter off the street, but Jake Bailey wasn't much better all season anyway. So punting woes have to happen all season long.
We know about that.
Okay, what else I got here? So early in the game, I believe this was either early second quarter or late first quarter. I think it was after the interception from Kirk Cousins. New England had the ball 2nd and 7 at Minnesota's 14-yard line. And here's where the stupid-ass play calling comes in. They do this dumb-ass end-around play to Kendrick Bourne, and we wound up losing 7 yards.
I remember that.
A 2nd and 7 going to a 3rd and 14 when we just got a fucking interception. What the fuck play call is that? When you have a bulldozer at running back, when Mac, the drive before, went Picasso and just went down the field, click, touchdown. Why are you doing a fucking end around when the quarterback looked like he had the hot hand, which he did at that point in time? Why? That went from New England is not going to be converting 3rd and longs like the Bills do. The Bills are godly for some reason. Y'all are converting 3rd and long. Y'all did it like 5 times in that Lions game. We don't do that. So 3rd and long equals a punt or a field goal automatically in my eyes, and that's what happened. A field goal.
You know why? Because most teams, most that don't have quarterbacks, I'm going to tell you that right now, who don't trust their quarterback, always play it safe on 3rd and longs.
I also think your quarterback pass helps that a lot too, because you zoom right past you for 25 yards.
No doubt.
That a few times too in the first half.
Yeah,
you just have a nightmare because he's like
you have to have trust in your quarterback on those.
No, 100%. You're right.
Yeah.
What else I got? Okay. There was one of those penalties was an offsides penalty in the second quarter. Okay. It was 3rd and 12 originally. There is miles difference between a 3rd and 12 and a 3rd and 7. Miles difference. You want it the longer, the better. That 3rd and 7 turned into a touchdown drive because they got those 5 yards. It cannot happen. There's a theme with this. Okay. What else I got? I got a lot of stuff written down, man. There's about I went through half of my notes.
Guys.
Yes. Then like I said earlier, 6:50 left in the 3rd quarter. So we got a quarter and a half left. And then the Hunter Henry touchdown was taken back when it shouldn't have taken back, which would have gave the Patriots, I believe, the lead 30-26.
I believe he already blew his gasket, by the way. He blew it on Thursday.
I almost broke a hole in my building on that night. So 30, those 4 points mattered, as you plainly see. Because again, let's say they continue on and they do score and it's 33-30. 33-30 is a lot more manageable than 26-33 at the end of a fourth quarter.
Yeah,
the same. Okay, more. Not much left. I'm almost done. 2nd and 15 on New England's 21. So this is more of a nitpick, but it's still stupid. On the defense for New England, this is Minnesota on New England's 21. So they're in field goal range, basically on the red zone in the 3rd quarter, I think. There was an unnecessary roughness call on bastard Miles Bryant, the guy that New England fans all hate together. He's like one of the worst corners I've ever seen because he can't run. He runs like a 5'8" every time he's out there. He gets burned by everybody. He gets called for an unnecessary roughness call. This was 2nd and 15 at New England's yard. Now, do you know that an unnecessary roughness call resets the downs and they get 1st and 10 at New England's 11?
Absolutely.
You know what happened to that play? They scored. Ah, great, fucking great. Penalties. You want more? This is the worst penalty in the game. This completely fucked the game up for New England. It's the 4th quarter. This is 10 minutes and 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's the beginning of the fourth quarter. I believe the game was tied at this point, 26 all. 4th and 3 on Minnesota's 36-yard line. A dumb fuck decides to overrush and hits the punter and gets called for a running into the fucking kicker on 4th and 3 when they force a punt inside Minnesota's territory. And guess what happened? That was basically the game-winning touchdown, albeit there was 10 minutes left in the game, but it led to the last points of the game to make it 33-26 to finish the game off. Now, the biggest caveat that I have here, which is why I do not blame the Hunter Henry should have been touchdown on this, because there was a lot more games left. New England Patriots, outside of the final drive, because they were fucked. I knew they were going to lose at that point. There were 3 drives from New England. All of them, no points in the fourth quarter. Scoreless in the fourth quarter. Minnesota scored their touchdown in the fourth quarter. New England didn't. The Hunter Henry should have been touchdown was in the middle of the third quarter. You still had a quarter and a half left to put something up. They did not do it. So that is the biggest reason outside of the fucking running into the kicker penalty. That was probably number one, if anything, the reason why, because that was ridiculous. But who's to say that New England was going to score? Because they didn't. They had the ball 3 times before the end, and they didn't score. I don't think we're even close. They didn't score. So here we go. So with that all said, this is it. The offense is starting to find itself. Mac Jones had played the best 2 games in the last 2, because we didn't talk about the Jets game. He was actually really good in that game. He was far from the reason why New England only had 3 offensive points. A lot of dumb shit was happening in that game, but there's no reason. That was a long time ago. Who cares? We already had a game in between that. So these last 2 games, so off the bye, Mac Jones is looking like he is at least as good as he was last year, which is semi-reassuring for the team. But my point for the majority of the season, and Trevor's point for the majority of the season, is that there are bigger problems with this team than quarterback play. It was. And it was all on display for you to see Thursday night against Minnesota. This is probably the most undisciplined team I've ever seen in my 15 years watching this team. Never seen a team that gets dumb-ass penalties to cost you games throughout the entirety. This is one of, if not the worst, because I think 2019, the special teams wasn't that good either. This is one of the worst special teams units we've had in New England, where we can't field punts. We don't cover well. We may have scored to beat the Jets, but that doesn't mean that the special teams is overall good. The special teams overall has not been very good this season, and you've seen it in full display against the Minnesota Vikings. And remember that you talked about your team being bad at the red zone. We're worse than you. So we go in the red zone. It's a death sentence most of the time. This is the first time where we actually scored more than once in the red zone. And I'm lying, because one of our touchdowns was almost a 40-yard touchdown. So that's bullshit. It wasn't a red zone touchdown. I think we scored once in the red zone then in this game. So this team still has a shit ton of work to do. One of my fears, and I think we talked about this briefly, but we didn't go over the game because we still had a game in between. Well, last week was I voiced concern about the defense when they go up against top-notch receivers and top-notch tight ends. This was the first test. Unfortunately, this test was arguably the best receiver in the NFL. He ate for 136 yards and a touchdown. This was the first test in playing against a team who actually has good weapons. And in my opinion, they failed. They did hold them to 26 points of offense, but 26 points in my brain is a lot of points.
Yeah,
so
no, it is.
Failed.
Yeah.
There was barely any pressure hit on Kirk Cousins in this game. Not much pressure. There's only 1 sack in this game. Not much pressure. Kirk Cousins was pretty much fine for the most part in this game throwing the football. I give a little bit more credit for Minnesota because they didn't let what happened to them in Dallas that Sunday happen again. They were not playing. So I thought they coached their ass off in that game to make sure Kirk Cousins was not seeing the dirt. Very good by them. So I give them more credit. They were more prepared for this time.
Yep.
I'm going so crazy that I'm thinking of points and then they go away, and then I'm trying to get them together so I can say them and sound smarter, but it's going away. Shit. But I thought that was very good on their part. And this is only the beginning. The New England has a gauntlet of top receivers to play against. This was the first test. Stephon Diggs next week. They'll be having to go up against Devontae Adams, the better Devontae Adams, even though that team is dog shit, but that's still a top receiver you got to deal with.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins, same difference. The team is dog shit, but that's still a top receiver you got to deal with. Jamar Chase later down the line, he might play tomorrow.
No, he'll probably play the next week. I don't
He's definitely going to play in late December.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Tyreek Hill on the rematch, and this
and Waddle. You got to count both. And
I'm just saying for number one receivers.
Oh,
I'm not saying the rest of the core, just for number one.
Yeah,
because that's true. They have more, and Gesicki.
They're almost like a 1-1.
Yeah, and
I mean,
really good tight end too.
Yeah.
Very good. And T.J. Hawkinson kicks ass. He kicked ass in that Thursday night game. The numbers don't say it, but he has some pivotal catches to keep the chains going.
By the way, Chewy says he raises Verners and Jacks to your honesty.
If I wasn't honest, I wouldn't be here. As simple as that. I appreciate
Spence says it's Diggs time now for you guys this week.
So there is a gauntlet of these receiving cores that we're going to have to deal with for the rest of the season. They failed the first test. We'll see what happens thereon. Even though I am saying that, I am very, very happy that we have the secondary that we have, because if you guys remember in the offseason, that was by far the biggest concern. Even with the offense being scary, and we knew it was going to be scary. Maybe that's why it wasn't a big concern for me, because our new offense was going to be garbage. But secondary scared the ever-loving shit out of me. We drafted good corners. They're kids. You got to keep that in mind. And Jonathan Jones was been a slot corner up until this year, so he never played in the Brown G before this year, and he's actually holding his own for the most part. Unfortunately, you have to deal with Justin Jefferson, and that's not fun for anyone. So, I mean, it is what it is. But the defense, I think, is still good. I'm proud of their run defense. The last 2 weeks, they clamped the run. I don't think we've allowed 100 yards rushing the last 2 weeks combined. So that's very good. Dalvin Cook is a good running back. Got him shut down. So that's him, and they've also shut down Nick Chubb this year also. You did better than we did, but we did shut down Nick Chubb also.
Yeah.
So that's good. So the run defense isn't that big of a problem. Mind you, we're missing arguably our top defensive tackle in Christian Barmore. So that's still reassuring. So even though I am going crazy of this game, because this is the first big test I thought this team had, and they held in, but I don't want to hold in. I want to win. But this team doesn't seem ready to win those big games yet, still, at this point in time. And it's very interesting that it's not much as offensive woes and stuff in that it's coaching and discipline. I never thought that a Bill Belichick team would have problems with coaching and discipline, because that's what the biggest problem is all season is that. It's insane. So in conclusion, I think New England's playoffs start on Thursday. They have to basically win out, in my opinion, because I'm going to pencil in at least 2 losses in this season coming up, but they can't lose anymore after that, because this AFC is very tight, very tight. If the Chargers win, they may take over the 7th seed that we have currently. I think. I'm not entirely sure how tiebreakers. I think we'll have the same record since we lost and Chargers win. Yeah. I think we'll have the same record. They may take over that spot. The AFC race for the 3 wildcard spots is very, 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 very tight. So the playoffs start now for this team. They got to get their shit together if they want to see the postseason. It's just that simple. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I'm here to suffer or be happy, whichever one comes. We'll see what happens. But yes, that is how this team is right now. Bad.
Troy coming in, Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie as well, Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, James Good, Devin Singletary. All are going to eat, and Josh will shine. I love your confidence, Troy. I hope that. Listen, I hope, and I listen. Those are all solid players. McKenzie's hit or miss, but honestly, like Devin Singletary is so unappreciated by a lot of Bills Mafia. I'm glad that you brought him up. James Cook, I hate to break the bad news to you, but he has been not, at least for receiving, he looks a little lost out there, right? Running, he's gotten a little better the last few games, but receiving, he almost cost Josh an interception going the wrong way. but that's, he's a rookie, and that's just, it's going to happen. So, and then also you got to bring in the factor that Gabe Davis is just hit or miss lately. It sucks because I expected him to have a good year. I still think he's a good receiver, but I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest with you guys. So as of now, I'm not super confident to say all these guys are going to eat. One guy will, and that guy is usually, Diggs, right? But will Gabe Davis finally step up and start getting to the Gabe Davis that we thought we would be? If that happens, then yeah, it's going to be a rough game for whoever we play, right? Because coming into the season, the Bills were supposed to have a deep receiving core with Diggs, Gabe Davis, Crowder, right, before he broke his ankle. McKenzie was supposed to be, a better at slot than we thought, right? But it didn't work that way. I still think Shakir should get an opportunity, but I think it's more of the fact that maybe Josh Allen and him just doesn't have that connection right now and the trust, and he's a rookie, and maybe they're just not comfortable with giving him a lot of snap counts. I don't know. It is what it is, but we'll see. Yeah, Troy, he did, and we actually brought that up because I was bringing up how he has these kind of games once in a while. Maybe we'll see. Sometimes, man, teams have to, focus on a couple players, right? And sometimes guys like that have big games, So maybe he will again. I'm not sure. I'm hoping, right? I'm hoping somebody steps up for Josh other than Stephon Diggs. Put it that way. Anyways, back to this week. So we'll move on to the Texans versus Dolphins. This game's not going to
nothing.
Yeah, this game won't be close. Listen. This is I think the Texans, the writing's on the wall here. The Texans and Carolina, they're going for that early pick for a quarterback. It's just what it is.
The Texans might play another quarterback this week. I'm not sure though.
No, they are. They're playing.
They are. Davis Mills is benched.
They're playing Allen. Yeah, Davis Mills bench. So they're playing Allen. I don't know. Well, I just said I have a feeling they don't.
They're tanking. They don't need to.
It's not that they need to tank. Anyway. I just think they're just saying he's not the guy. Like, this is just the way it is. I think he's not the guy. But remember, you have to. I don't know if they're the worst team right now. I have to look at the records.
Stop it.
They're up there
right the fuck now.
Yeah, he's always
You're
said
drinking
that.
too much.
Listen, they don't have a chance. If they beat Miami in Miami, that would be the upset of the year by far. It won't even be close.
They better tell
the backup quarter.
Yeah, bet on that right now. I want a lot of money.
Even for as bad as the Dolphins have been playing, there's no way in hell that the Dolphins don't win this game. I mean, I kidding me. I would be jumping. I would love it, but
all of us would.
Yeah, but the chances.
I don't believe in fairy tales. I believe in
super
reality.
Slim, super slim. I mean, a lot would have to go wrong for the Dolphins to lose that game. A lot. Like, I'm talking about injuries, probably. And I don't wish that upon anybody, but I'm being honest with you. Like they're outmatched. Okay, so that's not happening. I'm going to give you my score prediction right now, and it's going to be an ugly one. I think it's going to be something like 40-10. I mean, honestly. That you're bringing in a quarterback who hasn't played all season with them yet, right? The receiver over there in Houston, I forget his name. He doesn't even want to be there. He's just there. Yeah, he's just there because he don't want to lose money now, right? If trust me, if he could, he wouldn't play, but he has to. He has to get his paycheck, but he's not trying. Come on, who are they playing for right now? They're not, right? They don't care. So their defense is a mess. Like, everything's a mess over there. So like. And Miami right now is clicking. I mean, let's be real. They're clicking on all cylinders, except for their defense. I got to say their defense is a little shaky, but offensively, they're a problem right now. It's whole team. I'm very interested when they play San Francisco. I am interested. Against a better defense. I want to see if that continues with Tua, because Tua right now is on a hot streak. I want to see if it continues against a team that is more, defensive oriented, coaching, all that other stuff. Anyway, so 40-10. What you got?
To answer a question, someone asked, I think it was Chewy asked, what's the weather going to be like in Foxborough on Thursday? I'm going to
guess 35 or 40 degrees.
Very fucking close. 34, bro. Very fucking close. 34 with 11 mile per hour wind is probably going to feel like 30 or something like that. It's not going to be that bad. It should be fine.
Yeah,
Nice. That was really cool.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I just go by my weather that's here because I'm in Michigan. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, or the yeah. So what you got on a score prediction on the Houston?
35 10. Very close to yours. I don't see them scoring more than 10 points.
I don't either. All right, let's get to this is kind of an interesting game.
No, it's
The
not.
Bears. I think it is. I'll tell
No,
you
it's
why.
not.
So
Justin
who's
Fields
playing?
is hurt. No, it's
I
not.
know he's hurt. That's what makes it interesting
Oh
because
my God. Oh my
I'll tell
God.
you why. I'll tell you why.
I'm listening.
The Jets aren't playing their quarterback, which, by the way, is good for the Jets, in my opinion. But they're playing
Mike White.
Mike White, who said he should have been a first round pick when he was on that little hot streak last season.
Hot streak was one game, bro.
Yeah, so 2 maybe. I think it was 2. Either way, but no Fields. Like, listen, if I think Fields plays this game, I think they bury the Jets because I think the Jets right now, with Mike White in there, they're even without Mike. Even if Zach Wilson played, you see their offense. Their offense struggles so bad, bro. Their defense is scrappy. Offensively, they got problems in New Jersey, and the Bears have been playing decent as of late. Now they blew a lead last week, but they were scoring some points. That's why I think this game's interesting, only because if the Bears beat the Jets, that really starts to shake out the AFC East. Really does, because now they drop another one, right? And now the Dolphins and the Bills are like neck to neck, and depending on what happens between the Bills and the Patriots, it really could come down to the Dolphins and Bills. I mean that it's really interesting. Now, if the Jets win, they're still right up there, then you still got yourself a little dogfight there. So very curious how that works, but this is a weird game to call because I don't know. The Jets defense good. Bears defense is middle of the road. Their offense isn't the same with their who's their backup,
In Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, I know the Jets.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm just curious who's playing. Because I think it's going to be a low scoring. I think it's going to be a low scoring game either way. And it's going to come down to I think turnovers, bro. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's going to be turnovers and field goals.
Oh, I did not see that name. I did not just see that name.
Who is it?
Oh shit, Trevor Siemian in this.
Wow, from Denver.
In this offense, that's bad because their line is very bad. They're not gonna block for him. They're not gonna block. It's because they run block only. Okay,
yeah, they're not gonna use
that running back's name.
Montgomery.
Herbert.
I think Montgomery plays there, right?
Yeah, but Khalil Herbert's the more explosive one. He's the one that really goes well with Fields' running game. He's not playing either, I think, if I'm not mistaken. If Simeon's playing, they may not score at all. This is bad. That line is,
but the Jets,
how bad
Jets don't score either,
bro. It's bad.
The Jets, I do, but the Jets don't score either. That's the problem.
All they got to score is 6 points, and they'll win.
They're gonna,
if Justin Fields not playing. If Justin Fields not playing.
I agree. I'll agree with you on that one, but just because I think the Bears are more depleted, I'm gonna say, and they're in New Jersey. I'll go with a sloppy, ugly game. I'll go 12-9 Jets. Something like that. I don't know, 12-9. It sounds about right to me. 12-6, possibly. I don't know.
No, I like that. Yeah, I'm going 17-6 Jets.
Okay. That's good. 2 field goals. That's fair.
Since they've traded those 2 guys, they've been actually pretty shit. Since they traded those guys, Roquan
Damn,
Smith
Chewy thinks different. Bears over Jets 27-21. Bills win 28-17.
I would love to see the day that the Jets gonna get 27 points to Trevor Siemian. Oh my God! But it is this season. We've seen crazy shit this season.
I'll tell you what. If that happens, I'll scratch the Jets right off. If they let the Bears beat them with that backup. Now, see if Fields was there, I still don't like Fields, by the way. Not a Fields guy, but he was starting to play better, and he gives this offense hope, I guess, and that he does run the ball a lot.
Hope is not a good word. I like,
but without him, it's like. Yikes. Like Trevor Siemian, do you guys know how bad he is?
Yeah.
Like I think we played him 2 seasons ago when we played Denver, and he was so awful. So bad.
Yep.
So just a reminder, if you guys want to go back watch that game, I'm pretty sure Siemian was
there's a lot of games to go watch. It's all trash.
Yeah, we played that.
Not just that one.
So that's it. Let's get to the awards, man, real quick. Let's get to the awards. I know you guys like the awards, so we'll get to the awards. We'll start with the Boo This Man.
Boo this man!
Oh, man. All right, so go ahead. We'll start with
No,
you.
you should go first because there's too many.
Me?
Let me
You
think.
got all right. So I got listen, there's a few from me too, but I'm gonna go with one. Dane Jackson. Dane Jackson, who's been getting absolutely beaten, crushed every week. Seems like he started off the season okay. He did. I thought the first 3 games he wasn't bad. And I gotta say, guys, since the neck thing happened with him, that neck injury, and I'm not using an excuse, I'm just saying, since he's come back from that, he has not played well. Could something be bothering him from that? And he's not saying it, or he's playing hurt? Maybe, but either way, teams are starting to pick on Dane Jackson. And it seems like every play, crazy play or touchdown or a 50-50 ball is Dane Jackson's way. Gotta boo Dane Jackson because, man, we really needed him to step up when Trey was gone. And he's just not done it. And he's just getting beat week after week. Now, mind you, he's going against top receiver. I mean, to his credit, I guess, he's going against top-notch guys. I mean, you're talking about Jefferson, right? Then the week after, you're going against the guy for the Browns. What's his name? What's his name over there at the Browns? Juan.
Who specifically? What are you talking about? What position?
The top receiver for the Browns.
Oh, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper. So like he's had tough guards, no doubt. But still, man, you're the one right now, bud. You got to make plays. That's what you're there for. And I have a feeling right now, man, the way it's going, the way he's been playing, he may not even be the 2 when Trey gets back if he continues like this. Elam may take that slot because it's getting to the point where he's just getting used and abused, and you can't have that. So I'm going to give him the boo this man right now, just because, listen, there was other guys that were not the best. Spencer Brown is also a guy that we can call out who's had a rough second year. You know, I'm not saying he's playing awful, but he's also not played good, right? He's had a rough sophomore slump. But I'm going to give this one to Dane Jackson. So go ahead, Mr. Juan. Who you got?
Okay, so I have to specify from one person because I have many candidates. I have Trent Brown, who decided to cut block on a crucial 3rd down instead of actually block someone and allowed a really bad sack that fucked up a drive. I believe that was late in the game too. I have many things, many, but I'm going to give this special award to someone who usually doesn't get his name called out because he is a special teamer, and his name is Pierre Strong. Do you know what he did in that game that cost them the game? He's the special guy who wanted to rough the kicker or run into the kicker to allow Minnesota to score their finishing touchdown. Congratulations, bastard. You lost us the game. Thank you. Pierre
By the way,
Jr.
Spin ain't wrong here too. I had to pick a certain player. I should have picked the O-line.
Yeah,
O-line has been horrendous, by the way. And it's been like 100% agree there. Like I can't argue with that. Steve, could we see Smoke Brown as a slot receiver next week? No, because he doesn't really play the slot unless they somehow put him there. I mean, listen. I've seen him line up in the slot in the past, when he played here, but he hasn't played football in a minute, and he's on the practice squad, and he probably won't see. He hasn't been signed to the active roster, so who knows what he has in the tank. We'll see, man. We will see. I wouldn't get too excited about John Brown. I love John Brown, by the way. I thought John Brown gave us a very good. I think he was here 3 seasons. I think he was the start of, the change, really, when we were adding pieces for Josh Allen. Like, he really was a good spark that year, 2019, when we got him at Beasley. It changed a lot, but you could kind of see him aging when he was here too. And he saw his digression. And then when Stephon Diggs got here, he was really started getting hurt. I was excited when Diggs got here because I thought him and John Brown, man, damn, John Brown. But you saw it, and he was, he just could not stay healthy, and he didn't have the same speed either. So we'll see. I mean, who knows, man? Maybe the good thing is he hasn't played football in a minute, and he has fresh legs. He's healthy. But I will say this: you remember Xavier Rhodes? Now, mind you, he did get signed up, but he came to us on the practice squad and got hurt right away. Got pulled his hamstring in practice. So I'm just saying, I want to get too overconfident that he could come in and do something right away. We'll see. I have no idea right now, man. I have no idea. Okay, let's get to the next award, Mr. Juan. I know you have one, so let's get to the styling and profiling award. And Juan asks, what is that? A microphone in front of you? You hiding yourself?
Yeah, it's my mic.
Okay, you're hiding your face, man, from all these awesome. We can't see you too well. Let's see.
Styling and profiling. Woo!
You're not styling and profiling with that mic in your face. All right. So, I guess you want to start first with the styling and profiling. You want me to
go? It's a little tough, believe it or not. There's only 2 people I want to give it to.
Oh, we got a shared award.
No, all right, I don't do that shit. I'm gonna go to one. I'm trying to
one.
Which one it is. I probably go. I'm gonna give Mac Jones something. The other person was Hunter Henry, but I'm gonna give it to Mac Jones. I'm gonna give him. He actually outside of the fourth quarter was bad. Oh my god! But the fact that he should have been 30 points to begin with, which would have been the second time this season, I think, which is sad on its own. But the fact that we should have had 30 points and he was hitting some dimes. He did miss a little bit. The last one, the Aguilar, was that the 4th down that ended it? I think when he had him at the end zone, but he kind of on through a little bit. But I hate Aguilar, so I'm gonna give him more blame because he should have went like this instead of like this. But whatever. Mac Jones hitting his throws. He looked comfortable. He looked confident. Mind you, this line is in shambles. Right now, we're missing our starting right tackle. He ain't shit. We're missing our starting center. We have a rookie left guard who's up and down right now. But he was confident enough to just be a quarterback. Step back, step into your throw, hit. He did it 2 games. He's been good at. I'm going to give him the award. Hunter Henry's very close, though, because he finally getting the ball. It only took 3 months to finally get the damn ball.
Honorable mention.
But yeah, honorable mention. I'll give him honorable mention. Thank you. I'll go with that.
Okay. Mine is easy one, and it's Ed Oliver, who should have been out there eating turkey, by the way. He should have been one.
He scored. Safety.
Yeah. Safety. He also got a sack fumble recovery.
Yes.
Which was a big play in that game because they were driving. Yeah, I just feel like he should have been out there. He should have been one of the guys out there. But I mean, I get it. Tyler Bass game winning, but he also missed the extra point.
Yeah, he did.
And almost cost us that game. So, but you have to give it to him because he made the game winning field goal. But still, should have been out there. So Ed Oliver, definitely, he was a beast in that game, especially Vaughn going out. He still caused havoc against the Lions offensive line. Yeah, man. I love Ed Oliver, man. Young. And I still feel like he's not all there yet. Like, I still think there's a lot of room for him to get better. So yeah, Ed Oliver for sure, styling and profiling. Let's see here. Chewy Leslie. I always look constipated. Frazier. Yeah. Hey man, listen, I still think Leslie Frazier's a damn good coordinator. I just think he sometimes gets caught up in his ways, but overall, guys, you can't really hate for everything that's gone on. With this team, all the injuries, especially on the defensive side, guys, you got to remember a lot of these guys coming in are like fillers, man. AJ Klein, really? Guys, come on, man. I like AJ Klein, but he hasn't played. And like, I haven't even, and he comes in right away. He has to play. Like, we're doing a good enough job for what he has out on the field that really is not our starters. A lot of these guys are out, man. Like, right. A lot of young guys, Boogie Basham, right? Just saying. So got to give him a little slack because you got to remember, yeah, we may want him to do certain things, but maybe he knows the personnel better than us on the field and what they're capable of doing. and he can't really dial it up or can't call certain plays because he knows this guy, he's going to get beat, right? He's not Tremaine. We don't have Edmonds out there. We got Klein. So we can't really do this certain play. So I'm just saying, you got to give him a little bit. You got to understand like what's going on in the scheme of things. Same with the offense. I got to be honest with you too. I know a lot of people are upset with Dorsey right now, but our offensive line is putrid. It's awful. Like, you know, I get it, but man, like if Josh is barely has any time, it's that bad. Like, so you know, there's only so much you can call out there when Josh is has to get rid of the ball in 2.2 seconds. You know? Like, I'm just saying. So like, cut everybody a little bit of slack. By the way, Mitch Morse didn't even play. It's another guy I totally forgot about. Deion Dawkins went out early in that game. I mean, guys, you have to understand here, a lot going on in Buffalo, injury-wise, and shuffling players is not easy. And what we want to see can't happen because of personnel on the field. And I'm not saying these guys are bad. I mean, that's what you have depth for, but they're not the starters, right? Gregory Rousseau is missed. Tremaine Edmonds is missed. Like, right? Trey White has been missed. I'm just throwing that out there, guys. Anyways, all right. So let's get to the what's up with that. And then I'll get back to your comments, guys, because I missed a few. All right. What am I going to play on the what's up with that? Well, I'll do this.
I said, what's up? What is up with that? Now, if you eat that school lunch, you better stay away from that rectangular pizza. You know why? Because it is nasty. Yeah. Wow.
It is nasty. I love the Mexican pizza from school, but that other pizza that they had was disgusting. Anyways, go ahead. What's up with that? Who you got, man? What you got? Could be anything.
No, I got something. Why is Kirk Cousins all about the bling all of a sudden? Where the hell did this come from?
So cheesy.
Why does he swear he's a rapper? That he's trying to get the teeth now. I'm like, what
he's
the
trying?
Fuck? He's trying to be that plays for Minnesota. What the hell are you doing? Who the fuck do you think you are? They need to start losing games again, so he could be mortal again.
Right.
Like, what the fuck does he do? Who the hell he think he is, bro?
I don't know.
Not Eminem is the white rapper, argue the best, and he doesn't do none of that shit. Cause he white. Don't do that. What are you doing?
Fitz did it as a joke at a press conference, but he wasn't rocking it. You know, I don't. It's cheesy. It is what it is, he's gonna get. I'm telling you, that Vikings team, by the way, is going to learn a big lesson in the playoffs. I'm telling you. And those Viking fans, like, by the way, shout out to me for not, because I could have and I didn't go on to Twitter and just be the biggest fucking troll ever because they trolled me, bro, all week, Juan. They were loving it. No matter what video I posted. Nothing to do with the Vikings game. They had a comment to make about their Vikings. And I said,
about their franchise and how cursed their franchise is?
I don't get it, right? You've done nothing. You've done nothing.
The hell, right? You got to talk about people. What the fuck?
I know. So that's why, bro. But I didn't. I mean, a lot of people I'm sure did.
I Super Bowl 1976.
Right?
I'm probably right. I think it was in the 70s last time they were.
They never won a Super. They never.
went to a Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they're 0-4. I mean,
in the 70s, I think that's the last time they talking shit. Like if they done stop. I hate when fans do that. Oh
dude,
my
I hate
God.
it. I hate it. Like there's a difference between having fun or coming on and saying, "Hey, good game, we got you," or whatever. Like I'm good with that. I'm cool. Yeah, but when you troll and you act like you did something so special, like dude, it's a regular season game. Second, we're not even in the same conference, so it's like I don't even know why you would want to like this back like we have any kind of rivalry. And three, it's not like you came and smoked us out of our house. Like we were up. We gave that game away. We should have. Yeah. All we had to do was not fumble there, and we had the game. Yeah. So I mean, stop it. You should have been, humble and say, man, that was fucking unbelievable game. You guys made some mistakes. I mean, cool, but no, bro, the majority were assholes. So karma's a bitch, man. Karma's a bitch, and you almost lost to the Patriots, who put up a good fight. So if any Vikings fans watch this, I'm sure you're going to say something. Skull. Go, bro. I'll see you in the play. I won't see you in the playoffs because maybe you probably lose first round. I don't know. But when you talk trash, that shit comes back to you, bro.
San Francisco or something, they whip their ass. I can't wait.
Yep. Hey, bro, Karma's a bitch. All that shit comes back to you, bro. DJ Stone, what's up, man? Appreciate you hopping on, brother. Okay, so okay, so the rant of the week we'll get to. Do you have any rants, by the way?
Of course I do. What happened to my team?
All right, so we'll get to the. You know what? We'll do it now before we preview, because we're gonna preview, because we're not obviously gonna be here for Thursday night. You know, the Thursday game. So we're gonna preview. Go ahead and preview that game now. Or whatever after the rant. We're gonna go ahead and preview the Bills and the Patriots game. But right now we'll do the rant of the week, and I will put the video in here. Let's see what I got for you guys. Rant of the week.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me.
Man, he was serious. All right, so
before I go, I am not Trevor. So cut me some slack and don't.
Who called you? That's true. He's not.
I am not Trevor. I'm just saying, this is Trevor's thing, and don't expect good quality stuff from me like you would from Trevor. Do not put that pressure. I'm gonna be a homer for probably the first time ever in this entire team. I've never been, and
I've never a homer.
I've never been a homer. And any of these episodes, the last 2 seasons we've done this, I've never
been. I'll be honest.
But this is the first time I'm about to do it. Okay? So my question is, what the fuck is the point of changing a stupefying catch for dummies, changing a rule if you're not going to abide by the rule? So Hunter Henry went up for the catch. He had the ball secured for the most part. He reached. In order for you to reach for the ball, you got to secure it at some point. You can't reach for a ball you did not secure. And then knee went down while it was stretched over the fucking goal line. And then he fell and the ball went out. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that very similar to what happened to Jesse James against New England and 2017? He had the ball, he reached over, knee went down, they let the ball go, and they called it incomplete. If I'm not mistaken, that blew up the entire fucking planet Earth and the next galaxy, and then they changed the rules because people are fucking stupid and don't understand what a runner versus not being a runner means. I could have sworn it changed the rule, but for some fucking reason, we got the fucking refs from 1996, and it was the old rules, and they fucking called it the old way. I've always been an advocate that they should never change nothing because it was obvious as shit to me, and it was obvious to shit as everybody from 1919 when the league started to 2016. From what I'm mistaken, everybody had the same catch rule from back then to then at that point. So it was no problem up until people saw New England. This is back in the day we were actually good, and everybody and their mother hated us. Whether it's everybody in America, whether it's China, whether it's Mars, whether it's the galaxy on Dragon Ball Z, whatever the fuck it was, everybody hated the Patriots. So it was, since it happened for New England, everybody hated it and wanted the rule change. That's the only reason why the rule change came up. Because it didn't change when Calvin Johnson rule happened in 2010. It didn't change. There was another time, I don't remember exactly, but I think it happened to them again. No, Detroit. And no one changed it because it's Detroit. Nobody gives a fuck about Detroit. So they didn't want to change it for them. But since it happened for New England, everybody wants to change it. But now you're not going to abide by that rule. What's funny is that earlier this season, when Kansas City played the Indianapolis Colts, Travis Kelce had an even more egregious drop, but they gave him a touchdown. So why the fuck wasn't our thing a touchdown? I can go on and on about this ref consistency thing, but I think you guys heard that enough for the past, as long as you watch football, because everybody cries about the refs. But that was a goddamn touchdown. That was a fucking touchdown, and we should have been down 3 points at max, which would have changed the entire complexity of that fourth quarter. We actually would have been up if we had that touchdown. We would have been up 4. But assuming they would have scored sometime in the fourth, would have been down 3, and that would have changed the whole complexity. Because my team could get field goals. We don't get touchdowns that much, but we get field goals, and that would have changed the whole fucking game. So I let the homerism out. I hate everyone right now still. I haven't gotten over it, obviously, because I haven't gotten it out. But these refs can suck my That's all I got to say.
Hey,
Done.
I thought I asked you your styling pick, wasn't it
You
Mac
did.
Jones?
You did. It was Mac
Okay,
Jones.
okay. So
You
Chewy,
said Hunter
I
Henry was
did. It was
Hunter
yeah,
Henry
it
was
was
unrented.
see, Chewy, you are drinking too much Verner's and Jack or whatever you said earlier. I knew I did. I'm like, did I miss him? Okay, so
Fuck
my
outta
reign
here.
of the week, of course, I'm not Trevor. I'm not like the best at it, but I'll say this. Listen, when we went into that Thanksgiving game against the Lions, everybody, including national media, was saying, don't look past the Lions. Don't, they're on a 3-game winning streak. Lions are a hot team right now. Can't look past the Lions. Okay, so the Bills won. And what do I hear from everybody? Oh, they beat a 4-6. They barely beat a 4-6
Oh
team.
yeah, that happens a
They
lot, man.
barely beat them. But
That happens a lot.
But wait a minute. Wasn't everyone saying how good the Lions have been playing, right? Watch out for the Lions, right? Lions, they just beat up on the Giants, right? I thought the Giants were a good team, right? They beat up. Okay, so the Lions are playing better. So now that we beat them, now all of a sudden the Lions suck again. Oh, boo, Lions. They're terrible. Like, stop it. Stop it. You can't flip-flop like that.
Pick and choose,
because
man.
if they would have beat us, just hypothetically, everyone would have been saying, the Lions are for real. The Lions are a possible playoff team. Lions are for real. Lions for real. Stop. Come on now. That's it. Listen, that is a young, feisty team, man. They got some good players over there. Okay, yes, we should have beat them. Yes, we are the better team. Okay, we have the better roster. But we also have a lot going on. And we still won. It doesn't matter. But don't come back with I hate that. Now, listen, I did say last week, to my thing, I did say to Captain D, I want to see when you guys play better defenses. That's not a shot on the Dolphins. I also said, hey, you guys are playing bad teams, bad records, but you're at least handling your business, unlike the Bills. So I gave credit to them. I just said I want to see them when they go against a better opponent. That's not a shot at it. Any team could beat any team any given Sunday if you're not prepared or you make mistakes, turnovers, stupid shit like that. Injuries, a lot play a factor in a game, man. Or sometimes you're just not prepared, or sometimes you take a team lightly. Happens a lot, guys. It's football, right? Look at the Eagles. They got beat by the Commanders. I'll tell you what about the Commanders. The Commanders have a feisty defense. Offense, not too good, but if their defense keeps them around, they score just enough.
Man. Real good.
Right. So they're a feisty team. Is their record good? No.
Well,
but can they beat?
Kind of.
I mean,
they
it's good for them.
Yeah.
But I mean, my point is, you go in that matchup, right? And everyone's ooh, like, I mean, come on now. So stop. You got to, you can't do that. And this is the hate around the league when it comes to fans, other fan bases. Now I know you don't do it, and Captain D for the most part, he don't do it. But I'm not. I guess I don't do that. It's not my. I don't troll. I don't know. I don't even have the time to do it. Like, I wouldn't want to do it, but I'm not that guy, bro. Like, I'm not the guy that's like, ooh, like, if you're 9-0, I'm not like, well, let me look at that record. Who have you really beaten?
That's
now
all you see every time, man.
Yeah. Now I can say
all year.
Yeah. Now I will say I've said stuff like, well, I don't know if they're as good as their record says. That's different. Hey, their offense a little bit problems, their defense, they could be beat, but right now they're not like, that's okay. But you can't go back at every game and be like, they played this team, that team, this team. Like, stop.
That's
like, come on,
favorite,
man. Yeah, and it happens all the time. It's so annoying, man. Like,
if y'all continue.
So now watch. If we beat the Patriots, for instance, it'll be like, oh, but the Patriots they don't have a good quarterback. Like, there'll be something to throw us some more shade, right? Like, it's like I go back to.
If you guys continue to be good throughout the years, you better get used to this shit.
Oh, yeah.
You better get used to it. We went through this for 20 years, baby. You better get used to that shit because it ain't going to stop. That's a fan favorite, bro.
They want, perfection. Listen, especially Bills. I will say, too, Bills Mafia is super tough on their team. Like, we are, not me. Like, listen, I will rant. I'll go, I get mad. I get upset. Like, that's human nature. Right? Like, especially when I do post game right after when your emotions are super high, you're going to say some things like, God, this sucks. You're going to say some things, but
Mhm.
later on, you kind of reflect, you look back, and you say, well, wait a minute. Maybe this is why, or maybe it's not so bad. Like, I keep telling Bill's Mafia Juan real quick before we get to the game. We're 8-3. 8-3 with everything that's happened. Like, come on, guys. Like,
We're
8-3 is not that bad. Like, it's like we were 7-6 at one point last season. And I don't think Bill's Mafia was this mad last season. We were 7-6. Like, so it's like, man. And by the way, too, a lot of fans too of my end, like, oh, you barely beat. Listen, guys, when we were healthy, we beat the top teams in the AFC right now. All of them. Right? Except for the Dolphins. And that was a damn close game, which we had. But we beat the Chiefs. We blew out the Titans. We beat the Ravens. Like, I mean, stop, guys. Like, who have you beaten? What have we done? We played very well up to this point, considering everything that's happened. So just chill out. Chill the fuck out, man. Chill out. That's all I can say. Anyways, let's move on to Thursday's game, because obviously we will not be here to talk about it next Saturday. Well, we will be here Saturday, but not talk about that game. So, Bills at Patriots. We already know the weather, 35 degrees, which is normal at this time of the year. A little bit of wind, which is normal. It's not Buffalo wind, so I'm not too concerned about the wind. I guess I'll start with you, Juan. How do you see this game going?
I mentioned earlier that New England's playoffs basically start now. Can't really drop any more games. There's 5 losses in their record if you're hoping for a postseason, and the AFC is very tight. And this team has a lot of big games coming on the rest of December and January, including Buffalo again in Week 18, when they will be fighting for, at this rate, they'll be fighting for AFC East supremacy, pending what Dolphins decide to do for the next month and change also. So, mentioned a lot of injuries going on in Buffalo right now. This was probably the most vulnerable they will be from now forward, because in your case, you will pray you can only get healthier. I know you're praying for that. That's not true, but we're going to be positive here and say you can only get healthier than what you are right now, because Jesus Christ, half your fucking roster is injured. So even worse, way worse than we were. And we played 3 quarterbacks this year, and we still not injured as you guys are.
That's wild, bro.
Their team is very injured. I think was it Rousseau and Edmonds are already ruled out already. I looked.
Are they ruled out for Thursday?
Already. I looked. There is an early injury report, but if you ruled out now, you're not coming. You're not playing.
No, you're ruled out. You're ruled out. That's
they're ruled
now.
out
But
already.
I figured Rousseau. I didn't know Edmonds, because Rousseau has a high ankle sprain. That's a 2 to 4 weeks, guys. I told you that. Look at Ed Oliver. I think came back 3 weeks, maybe, or 4. I'm not sure, but it was a while. So those are painful, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta put pressure on your ankle to cut and all that. Like Rousseau's a big guy. He's talking about a big dude, bro. He ain't no little, safety out there. Like a big guy cutting, man.
They're ruled out already. So that's huge positive for New England. Thank the Lord now.
That is
huge positive for our offensive line in our case that is up and down, kind of, up and down, you know what I'm saying? Well, our guys maybe come back. I'm not sure yet. David Andrews, this dude is smoking. I don't know what the fuck you smoking, but that ain't happening. I will promise you. I'll bet everything I got that ain't happening. So you better chill with that bullshit. Anyway, because you got to get reality. That's ridiculous. I hope you're trolling me. Anyway, stop that horse shit. Anyway, so this is time to get you guys. I don't foresee our pass rush being lackluster the way it was on Thursday again. I think they'll be there to play. I think Judon will have to make up for the fact that he wasn't getting any pressure or any sacks last games. And since your line is also vulnerable yet again with your injuries, Mitch Morse is questionable. We don't know if he's going to play yet. So we'll find out by Wednesday if he's going to play or not. So this is the time to catch Buffalo now at home after 2 decent to good offensive games, especially by Mac Jones. Mac Jones is looking like he's getting his stride. Our guys should be coming back. Your secondary is very injured right now. You guys got a fucking guy off the street, and Xavier Rhodes, who's been washed for like 4 years. He's coming to play for you fucking guys. I even know you signed up till today.
Yeah, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So you guys are so hurt. This is the time to do it. Hopefully, Jacoby Myers will be healthy for his game because he got knocked out of the Vikings game 3 different times. So I'm hoping to Christ that he is healthy enough to finish this game at least because he was making good catches when he was playing. I'm praying, yeah, but is he gonna play all 4 quarters? Is he gonna play like himself?
I don't think he'll be on a snap count. But Frazier did come out though and say
relax.
Trey White will be on a snap count, but he'll see more playing time than he did last week. That's all he said. So I'm gonna guess a half, at least a half.
He's not gonna cover every single receiver and tight end that we're gonna play. Remember that. Yeah. So yes. Because I already feel your energy in the comments. I'm in really bad. More Bills fans today than usual. We usually have a couple of Dolphins, a couple of Patriots fans. This is all Bills, and you already feel the evil coming my way. When you put evil on me, I get more evil than you. I will start cursing you out. So don't leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm still angry from Thursday.
Juan is still upset.
I already feel it.
Hey, our Bills. I'll say though, for the most part, I love y'all.
I love y'all. You guys are awesome.
I gotta say,
I like it.
I don't really have a lot of troll Bills Mafia in here. We have more fun, I think. At least the people that watch me. So kudos to you guys because you could be ruthless, and I'm glad you're not because I'm not ruthless like to other. Though I don't go on other, but yeah, I want to be ruthless to him. Go ahead, buddy.
Whoa, what the fuck? Comment? I mean, congratulations. But what does that have to do with anybody?
Let's see here. I have no idea.
Like if that's real, congratulations. I'm just confused as to what's that got to do with the Patriots and Bills.
I have no idea. But hey, I'll put it up there so the world can see. I have no idea.
I don't want to do it, but if I keep getting evil on me, I will. If I see something, the comments is right there next to me. I'll see it. That's all I'm saying. I'll do it.
Spin says
you're gonna get the Bronx to come out of me, bro.
Like, I don't want the Bronx to come out. What is that? I promise.
I love you. I honestly, comments really. I actually love you guys a lot. You guys are awesome every week. I appreciate y'all very much.
Oh Lord.
Now you made me forget what the hell I was gonna say. Offensively, okay. Now, even though you guys are missing some pieces on defensive line, Ed Oliver is still a straight up savage. I almost agree with that, by the way. Almost agree with
this
that.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I kind of said that in my whole Vikings thing.
He did. He did. See, test. Spin. You got to listen, Spin. Oh man. We're a little happy. We won 2 in a row. Now remember, when we lost 2 in a row, it was the total opposite. The Patriots are going to win 36-3. Like, yeah.
Nah.
So now we got the Happy Bills Mafia back. Like
you got the Happy Bills Mafia back when you barely beat the fucking Lions. Like you didn't. There were no problems in that game. Y'all were perfect, right? Okay, cool. I could put the same thing on y'all, bro. Like again. Why is this becoming me versus 16 people in the comment section, bro? Like they won't even let me say my points, bro. Like I don't. To be honest, at this point, I don't see the point of me talking.
Oh come on!
They're not gonna want to hear it.
They want to hear you.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. I swear.
Oh, God,
look, they got a thumbs up. Scott gave you a thumbs up.
God dang, bro. Shit. Well, anyway,
and look at this. Jose says, "Juan, my Hispanic."
My boy Jose.
Yeah, man. Come on. You got fans in here.
See, Troy, thank you. I will take that. That's not even though it says 38-17. At least you say it's gonna take a minute. Fine. That's more than fucking Spin.
Right.
Bastard.
See, you got some people love you here.
Jesus
go on, finish.
The Troy, he's a little bit more diplomatic. Thank you. Shit.
Spin doesn't care.
It's
Spin
like
wants you to
that.
all capitals.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to do it on purpose, you mother trucker. Oh. Okay, so.
Oh man, he's real. Look at this.
So I doubt
Spin
that.
Hey, they beat they did something we couldn't do as of now.
Just saying. Stop it. Relax.
We will, but we didn't. And you guys got them 2 games. We got them none. So just saying.
This season's weird. A lot of shit is going on. This season's very weird.
Sorry ass
So,
Jets.
like I said,
I
this
go.
is time to catch them on our offensive side of the ball. Mac Jones has been playing pretty good the last 2 games. Let's see if he can keep this up with a really good defensive coordinator. Now that you guys have more time to prepare because you guys been dealing with either snowfall or you have to go on a quick week to Detroit on Thanksgiving, you guys will have a full week to prepare now. So let's see what Leslie Frazier has in store for Mac Jones, because the last 2 times we've had to play, he's gone fucking stomped. So let's see what happens this time. If our line, I'm not even looking over there anymore. If our line is healthy, I'm not even looking. I literally have the mic blocking the comment section. I can't even see it.
He's gonna put a sticker
our
on
line
this.
is healthy. The Ramondre and hopefully Damian Harris coming back because he got knocked out. The Vikings game will get a game going and get Mac Jones to get comfortable and continue to improve what he's been doing on in the past 2 weeks. I don't believe, to be 100% honest, I don't believe we're going to win this game, but I don't have a choice but to pick it, because if we don't win this game, I don't see how this team makes the postseason. It kind of has to happen this Thursday.
That's rough. What would your record go to, by the way?
6-6, I think, if we lose this game. I don't see how we lose.
Yeah, I don't
have to win this game. So I'm not confident in us winning this game, but I'm going to pick us winning this game because I don't have a choice. It's just that simple.
6-6, that would be a rough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you fall, if you lose here, you'd have to run the table and hope a lot goes on.
When we got Miami left, we got Bengals
and that's all,
left,
and that's even more pressure. Yeah, that's even more pressure.
No, it's not gonna happen. They have to. I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go for Patriots desperation mode, and playoffs begin on Thursday. They have to win. I think with you guys being as injured as you are, it's the time to get you guys. I think our team is good enough to take one. Even though it took Mother Nature, we did it last year. Hopefully, we can do it again. We can take it. I will go with the score of 24-20. Tough game. I don't know if you guys remember in 2020, the game that you guys won because Cam Newton was an asshole and wants to fumble against you guys. This dude. I think it'll be similar to that game. Back and forth, defense heavy. I think it'll go for something like that. My hard score, I don't do hard scores. I only do scores I think is gonna happen.
Now, honest, I'll give him Trevor 1 and even Captain D. I got to give them credit. They're all very honest content creators. They're just honest fans, just in general. So, yeah, anything they say, man, it's not really heart. It's more now. The heart is he wants he wants his team no matter what.
67 to nothing. That's what I want. That's my heart.
Yeah.
That's not realistic. So I'm going with what I think is realistic.
All right. So, what's your score prediction?
That's actually pretty tough to call. 24-20, New England.
24-20. Okay. So here's how I see it. A lot of injuries with the Buffalo Bills. Clearly, I don't think we've had a full team since week 2. Right, that was our last time we had everybody on the field. Yeah, that far. Because week 2 was a Titans game. That's when Dane Jackson got his neck hurt, and that's when also Micah Hyde got out for the season with his neck injury. So boom, boom, boom. Also, Ed Oliver was out, got his ankle twisted. He was out for 3 weeks, I believe. So it's been a nightmare ever since. And then now, if you want to really count Josh Allen, you want to count Von Miller. I mean, there's a lot that's gone on. It's been a really crazy year so far. And it's crazy because we haven't been an injury team in the last 3 seasons.
No,
we've been very healthy.
Yeah,
man. And this is the 1 year where we had all these high expectations, deep roster, or deep bench, or whatever, and we just, in a way, thank God, guys. I keep telling you, thank God we have a deep bench because we'd be in a lot of fucking trouble. Anyways, so all that being said, if I have to look at the injury report, but I'll believe you, Juan. It's just weird that it came out so early that they're already ruled out. But if that's the case, if that's the case. Rousseau more than likely. I thought Edmonds would be back because I think it's a groin injury, if I'm not mistaken. And this will be his 3rd missed game. It must be worse than they thought because usually groin injuries take a couple games. But okay, if they're both out, that leaves AJ Klein again in there, which AJ Klein I like, but man, he's limited. He's not Tremaine Edmonds. We know that. And our offensive line is really. Oh, by the way, too, Deion Dawkins. I don't know what his story is yet. I'm sure he's questionable because he had an ankle injury last Thursday. You guys got to keep your eye out for that. Mitch Morse, keep your eye out on for him as well. He did not play last week. These are two huge key players that are out on the offensive line. If they're out, that's, man, like, once again, we're already struggling with those guys in anyways, but it's going to be really bad if those both are out, because then you got to shift the line all over. Ryan Bates will go to center. Questenberry, they have Van Rotten at right guard. Yeah, it's tough, guys. So, injuries wise, so that's the offense, right? That's what worries me on the offensive line the most, right? Against this Patriots defense. I believe Judon leads the league in sacks, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he does.
He does for now.
But either way, he can get to your ass, right? He basically can get to the quarterback. And the Bills' offensive line, if those guys aren't playing, it's going to be a rough game for that offensive line to really to do their job, which they haven't been doing. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It really, honestly, it comes down to that too. Receivers, man, golly, man, they got to help Josh. Ken Dorsey needs to also call a better game. I mean, I love Ken Dorsey, but my God, man, like, I give him credit for the last drive. Actually, the last 2 drives of that game against the Lions. A lot of coordinators would not do that. Some coordinators probably just take the knee going into overtime. Got to give him credit for that, guys. He called a good game plan, at least for the last 2 series or whatever. I hope it continues moving forward. Like, I do. You got to get Singletary more involved here. You have to. And I feel like he has been. I do. But I kind of still feel like he's not involving him more in the second half. Like, he's still kind of taking away his carries. I don't get it. You can't do that. On the defensive side of the ball, Christian Benford out IR. That hurts. If Xavier Rhodes is taking his place, we'll see. Rhodes once in his career was a good player, really good corner, but he's older now. Yeah, all roads stop, right, or something. He had like some saying, right? All roads stop here.
Closed.
Yeah, roads closed. Right. So he was a good player there, but it's been a long time, and he hasn't played football, and he's been chilling. And look what happened. He got hurt hamstring right away. And so I don't know. Trey White, he's knocking the rust off, guys, right? It's another guy we'll see. I mean, he looked okay on the couple drives, that he was guarding, but, they didn't really throw his way either. So I didn't really get to see him tackle anybody, really kind of do much out there. Yeah, no Edmonds, like I said. Who else? No Miller, obviously. No Rousseau. That means that the young guys got to step up. Boogie Basham, right? Ed Oliver's going to need to play his ass off again. Daquan Jones, Jordan Phillips. These guys are going to have to all step up. Shaq Lawson. You're going to probably see a lot more snap count for Shaq Lawson. Because AJ Epinesa, I think, is still hurt, or he's just not doing it.
So he's questionable in that report, so maybe he'll
play. Yeah, so there's just a lot going on, guys. Just a lot. You have to really factor in when looking at these games. So, with all that being said, I've been predicting high scores, and I can't do it again because we're going against a better defense.
Holy crap! No 40 points.
Oh! No, I can't.
I feel respected.
I can't do it because of everything I just said.
I know. Yeah.
If we're a healthy team, it's a different story, guys. Honestly, I really believe we are a better team than Patriots. If healthy. If we're not, though. The facts are the fact. Not to mention, I totally forgot the biggest one. I'm sorry. Josh Allen, who's playing with an injured elbow. He is not, listen, this is not the Josh Allen we know. He's going to do his best. He's still better than most of the league as far as quarterback position. But you could kind of tell some of his passes are short, right? They're a little bit they're a little off, right? And that's probably because, man, that shit hurts. I'm sure that, bro, that's probably the most. Guys, I remember I had like a wrist injury. Now, mind you, this is a wrist. And I would just make like a certain like move. Like I tried to lift a weight one time, like weights or whatever again. I thought I was ready to go. And oh my God, dude, Like the pain you got, there's nothing to describe it. I don't know how to describe it, but I can't imagine the pain he goes through every time he makes a pass. Like probably every certain pass he does, he probably thinks about like, I can't do it this way. I got to put my arm a little bit. So I'm sure that goes in his mind, man. And he's just going to have to fight through it. So my score prediction is going to be 27 17. 27-17 Bills. Under 30, which is about right for us lately. We're scoring in that low 30, high 20s. But I could tell you, I could also see it going 24-19. I mean, it's one of those games. Listen, I can honestly even see this coming down to the last possession. It very well could be. It all depends, man. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now. This all depends on how this O-line plays for the Buffalo Bills. Is how I see this game going.
That's a good one.
Not the defense. I think the defense. Listen, for the most part, even with backups, even without Von Miller now, even without Benford, all that crap, I think they've held their own. I gotta be, even for Dane Jackson playing as bad as he has. We're in every game, guys, and the defense is really keeping us in these games. Think about it. Offensive play has not been good, right? So the defense is really the ones that are holding, right? Have they been perfect? No. But have they done their job to where we can win a game? Of course. Mm-hmm. They've put us in a position every game. Think about all the losses so far, guys, that we've lost. We've had an opportunity to win the game. The Dolphins game. Right? Glad clock management. We lose the game. Don't go and is that the defense fault? No, of course that. Right? The Minnesota game. Of course. We allowed 30, sure, but we still held them to a field goal at the end, gave the opportunity to the offense. Josh threw the interception. That's on the offense. Can't blame the defense. Right? So I'm just saying, guys, come on. So yeah, I definitely get offensive line 100%. If the offensive line is being abused and treated like ragdolls and just Josh is under pressure. And by the way, I do want to mention one thing too. You could tell Josh ain't the same because if you look at the last 2 or 3 games now, when the pressure's getting to him, they are catching up. I don't know what it is, but he's getting sacked a lot more. And that could be just he thinks the offensive line maybe can hold a little bit longer than he's maybe used to. I don't know, but he is getting caught up now. Like where before he wasn't. He's also not running a lot. Like he did run in that Lions game at the end, but I think because he knew he had to. He knew he had to win the game. But if you see that game, the Browns game, he had opportunities to run like crazy. He didn't. They have to dial back because they don't want him to take the hits. They do not want him to get a shoulder or his elbow hit. They're trying to keep him clean, but this offensive line is not helping. Like he has to get out of the pocket. He's getting caught up in the backfield. So we'll see. We'll see if they can hold, guys. I mean, Jose, can't blame Dorsey on Josh. Play away from undefeated. Yeah, man. Listen. So if the red zone interceptions, they're a little bit. I'm gonna say this. They're a little bit on both. And I love Ken Dorsey, and normally I'll stick up for him, but I will say this. It's a little Josh's fault and Dorsey's fault. Because listen, Dorsey's calling the play there. Now, against the Lions, Diggs was open. That was a hell of a play by, I believe the linebacker tipped the ball. It was just a good play. Sometimes, listen, defenses make good plays, guys. I wish it was perfect every fucking drive. We'd have 70 points. It would be an unbelievable game, but it doesn't work that way. Defenses get paid, right? They're there to play. They have, that's what they do. So you got to give credit sometimes just where you just go, you know what? That was good defense. And I think that play was just good defense. You can't really blame, man, not even maybe Allen there. Would I've liked to see maybe him throw a little bit higher, get a little, instead of a bullet pass every single time? Sure. But it is what it is. But yeah, Ken Dorsey, listen, in the red zone, especially how we've been playing, I think Ken Dorsey needs to understand what's going on and try to change up your play calling, because right now defenses are not fooled when we get in the red zone. And everybody's saying, oh, the Bills are, Ken Dorsey's offense is so so predictable. If it's so predictable, why are we driving all the way down the field? It's the red zone, so it's not predictable. If it was predictable, we'd be punting all the time. It's predictable maybe in the red zone, and we need to fix that, and that's on Ken Dorsey. But by the way, Josh Allen can call an audible anytime he wants. Just saying. If he doesn't like the play, you don't think he has... Of course he can. So don't put it all on Dorsey, right? I'm just saying. I think it's a mixture of both, and it's a funk. Every team goes through a funk too, by the way. Every team, even the best teams. Even Patriots, when the Patriots were playing unbelievable. You don't think they had some stretches where they were like, and Patriots fans were freaking out? This is it. Brady's over with. I remember, matter of fact, when it was, who was it? Jimmy G, and everybody was trying to, even Matt Castle. I remember when I swear to God, I heard some birds going, is Brady done? Is Brady? I'm like, bro, stop. Like, come on, man. Be realistic here. Stop with it. So it's the way it goes, man. It's the NFL.
2008, they're fucking retarded. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah.
Bro. This dude hasn't been in the league 10 years yet, and he's getting doubted in 2008?
I know, bro. But just in general, when you're good, I think fan bases want perfection, bro. And if you lose 1-2 games, it's like the world is it's over. Everything's done. And I don't know, man. I think sometimes I get caught up in emotion too, but I think sometimes you got to take a step back, look at the big picture, see what's going on with your team, why you lost those 2, and just go, okay, But fans aren't like that, man. It's a win now, man. Do it perfectly. Every drive needs to go perfection, but just doesn't work that way, guys. But anyways, man, we've been on here a long time, longer than expected. I wanted this to be quick. It's hour and 45 minutes into it. And my buddy Juan is hungry, by the way, guys. He told me, man, let's make this quick. I want to eat. And we did not make it quick. So everybody.
Oh, I'm late.
Yeah, sorry. Everybody
was here. This is important.
We appreciate everybody for stopping in. Once again, man, I'm sorry that, Captain D's not here and we don't have a Jets guy, but maybe we fix that next season. We'll see what happens, man. Maybe, I don't know. But either way, we still make it fun for y'all, and y'all stuck around. So that's the most important thing, man.
Yeah, definitely have fun.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Yeah. So have fun football Sunday, guys. Watch football. Obviously, Bills fans, we don't need to be stressing. Patriots fans, they got a little while to go for Thursday.
We stressing.
Yeah, so until then, guys, go Bills. We'll see you next Saturday. Peace out, man.
Bye-bye.
See, Peter, he's too fast.
You gotta tackle me. It's B. You gotta press B.
I'm pressing B. He's too fast.
Going over here? Going over here now?